Hello, everyone. Good morning. It's Michelle Maher here, and I'm joined with Robin Carlyon this morning. Thank you so much, Robin, for giving me your time to join me and talk about the past few months, several months at this point, I guess, and what we've been dealing with, and keeping a positive mindset and pivoting on your business and your life. So thank you, Robin. If you want to give us a few words about who you are and what you are all about.
Absolutely. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. This is an honor. Thanks. I really appreciate this. I am a psychic medium and I am an energy practitioner. My business is called Robin's Authentic Wellness. And I am also the director of the Durham chapter of Hub Inc. So very excited to be with you today and to speak about the energy and Hub and everything that's going on. So thank you.
Well, thank you. So as I was saying before we got on camera here, I started doing these interviews after feeling very just getting sucked into the fear at the beginning when everything was getting shut down. And for me, it was kind of overwhelming that I was feeling those feelings, because that's not something normally that happens to me. So I just think it was just so much at one time, and I didn't know what to do at that point. So I got sucked into the fear, where I went to Costco on the Friday and did some major shopping to stock up. Saturday, it was kind of a calm day. And then on the Sunday morning, when I had a shower, that's when this idea came to me to start doing these interviews, because I know so many incredible entrepreneurs who I knew would be wanting to share with the world, advice on how to keep positive, how to pivot your business, what to do, staying healthy, and the whole fact that you're having, looking at this as an opportunity rather than something that is getting sucked into the fear and thinking that you have no control over it.
Absolutely. You were just saying how the idea came to you in the shower. That is the best place for ideas. And also, that's one of the best places to release and clear your energy as well. So you have like all of this pent up energy in you, and then you go into the shower and it's the water element. So the water element is healing you and clearing you, and all that's going down the drain. And then you're being filled with this new energy, new ideas. Your intuition is really becoming creative. So yeah, that's like best time to people will resonate with that. That's where the best ideas come from.
Yes,
when you're in the shower.
Right, I know. And I also, I love water. Like, I feel just rejuvenated when I go into the lake. And, I've always been, I even just being near water, I love it.
Yes, that's lovely. That's awesome.
Yeah. So again, I just started doing these interviews. I've had great, different industries and things like that, but everybody kind of had the same feeling, where the first 2 weeks they felt like they were in a fog. It almost was like you felt like you were living in a movie, and that it wasn't real because it was just so foreign. I think that's why it was just something so new.
Yep. So I know that so I saged my home, and I made all my kids take oil of oregano. So only one of my kids hadn't. So I kind of regret not videotaping the reaction to first taking oil of oregano.
Oh yes, I've taken that before as well.
So that was something that also a lot of clearing our feet and taking Epsom salt baths. Just making sure, like, that was something like in the beginning, if I felt like I had a stuffy nose, like when you wake up in the morning and you feel kind of congested or stuffy. Yep. And it would just be like, oh my gosh. So I have to like clear it. I had to, actually, it's going to sound gross, but I did the nasal clearing. And I got my kids to do it too. I'm just like, come on guys, like let's just all get healthy and really raise our vibrations. I was doing Reiki on the kids. Like it was just all, let's raise our energy and let's, yeah. So when you're talking about being in the fear, that was my reaction.
Yeah, right. And that's exactly it. It's all about raising your vibration and your energy, and getting healthy is, is more important. I think a lot of people have realized it's something that they may have neglected, or again, the excuse, I'm too busy to take that walk. I'm too busy to exercise, all the same excuses we all use.
It is very important right now. It is spiritually something that is being called for, is more physical activity, more mental activity. So even reading, journaling, meditating, and being out in nature, really grounding. Grounding is so important. Even just taking your shoes and socks off after your work or during the day or whatever your schedule is, and just walking on your front lawn or going to the park, taking your shoes off. Last week, I did a trail, like a 3-kilometer trail, and I had my shoes off the whole entire time, but it was something I was called to do. So I'm guided by spirit, and I really listen, especially during this time. I'm listening and paying attention for all of the signs. And it was fantastic. It was really, really freeing and releasing, very releasing, especially emotionally. Being out in nature or any sort of element, it's really, really rewarding for your body.
Right. And also when everything was shut down so abruptly, all of a sudden a lot of people found themselves with free time, and they weren't sure what to do with it. A lot of people started baking and families coming together, which is great. But I think with all these distractions and all the noise of the outside world, and everything being open, and you always rushing to go place to place or whatever, you might not notice these signs, like you say, from spirit and your intuition and things like that.
Right.
The whole world outside being quieted, would that not give you the opportunity to see things more yourself?
Absolutely. And there was a lot. I do feel that a lot of people unknowingly were receiving messages, and we're listening to their gut feeling, and we're just doing what felt right to them. So yes, I do feel that there was a lot of that, a lot of people getting out into nature, a lot of people going to parks, spending more time with their children, which they hadn't had the opportunity before, and that's beautiful. When with everything clearing, like when everything shut down, the world started to heal, as we saw. Right. In, I think it was Italy, and just the skies, they're so clear.
Of course, yes, yeah. When all of a sudden there's no more cars driving, it's just natural that the sky's going to be clear. And that is something that I think we may see going forward. Recognizing that it's not necessary to always be driving your car to place. Some things can just be done virtually, and the whole aspect of working from home for the corporate world was something that was always frowned upon, because they felt like you had to have somebody looking over you, or you weren't going to do work or something like that. And so I think that people have really realized that working from home, actually you can be get as much work done, or even be more productive, because you're happier, because you're not doing that commute.
Absolutely. Definitely big on the happiness, being at home, not commuting, not having that time of maybe getting ready so much like I have tights on right now, but I have a nice blouse on right now. But it's funny because when I do videos, my kids, they make fun of me. They're like, what are you wearing? Yeah, because I have like maybe shorts or pajamas or something on, but I have a nice blouse on. So it's nice
Right.
to be working, and for the corporate world to have, like, you know, your tie and your shirt or your nice blouse on, but then just to be in your pajama pants. So it's very nice, and having more time with the kids, and not having to rush home, make dinner. Now that we're entering school again, so for kids that will be going to school, kids that will be doing virtually, it's just, there's going to be a little bit of different. Maybe if parents are working from home, they're going to be with their kids more and be able to feel that they're being more supportive and that they're more present in their kids' lives.
Right. Yes. Yes, for sure. Although there were some, you know, it was quite difficult back in the spring for some people, especially with the younger children, when they were trying to work from home and then the younger children. But that, I think that the whole school model, that, I mean, that was something that they had to piece together so quickly that it was very, the whole online schooling was varied in it really depended on the teacher. So this new whatever they're going to do in the fall is going to be more structured.
Mm-hmm. I can't speak for other people. Matthew, my soon to be 14-year-old, he was finishing up grade 8. He had his own schedule. I mean, we're structured, but like, I'm very laid back as opposed to what I was in the past. I used to be like extremely structured. And so Matthew, he just naturally has this structure, and he did it. So he's 13, he did it, he took interest in it. And I was actually reflecting, if I was in that position when I was 13, there's absolutely no way. No way. But he did, and even his teachers were like, hey, you know, Matthew was really great. And the teacher said some kids, you know, didn't show up, and I'm just like, that's okay. Like, we can't expect, everyone's different. There's family dynamics. Every child, every parent, everyone's different. So we just have to like flow and just be and do the best that we can. And everyone's doing the best that they can. And we'll just see how everything turns out. But with Matthew, I said to the teacher, like, you know what? It has nothing to do with me. He did this job all on his own. Some kids excelled, some kids didn't. That's just how it is. So
Right.
there's no blame, there's no shame, there's no nothing. It's just, that's just what it was.
Right. And actually, when you start talking about that, the what I did find over this the past 5 going on 6 months now, it is there was a lot. Well, it's been a roller coaster, right? A roller coaster of emotions, but there was a lot of judgment. At the beginning, there was a lot of judgment, especially around the toilet paper hoarding and the Lysol hoarding and things like that. And then there's been judgment around what people are doing in terms of some people going out into stores, into patios, restaurants, things like that, and other people judging them for going out into, you know, back into the world. So I just found that there was a lot of judgment, which is not something we want or need.
No, absolutely not. And setting your boundaries and protecting your energy, and not communicating with the people that judge. They don't know any better. They're acting out of fear. They
Right.
don't know any better currently right now. So that's just how it is. So basically what we can do to avoid that is, you know, pick our circle, connect with our tribe, connect with who we resonate with and who supports us in how we are choosing to live our lives every day, and surround yourself with those supportive, unconditional love people. And really, like I say, as a guillotine, like just cut the people off. Like, you don't owe anyone an explanation for how you live your life. You're living your life to the best of your ability, and you're doing things that are going to make you feel good, and your family's going to feel good, your friends, everyone's surroundings going to feel good, because you are living your life the way that you want to, that you feel that is the most purposeful.
Right. And I think a lot of people have taken this time when they have had more time on their hands to actually reflect on themselves and what makes them happy. And were they happy before the way they were living their life? And who do you want to be going forward? Because I know for myself, it was a lot of thinking of the next thing that you have to do, your next appointment, the next place you have to go, and never actually sitting and just being. We were always, and it wasn't even a case. It was just say, I don't know. It's just like we're conditioned to be busy from a young age. It's like you're supposed to be busy and you're supposed to be running around like this. And I guess we've been shown that that's, the world can go on without us being busy.
And people will find as you slow down and as you live more in the present moment, you get actually a lot more done.
Right.
You feel more fulfilled with what you have accomplished, because in meditation, if you meditate for, say, 30 minutes a day, just think about all the benefit that you give yourself just by starting to meditate and continuing to meditate, feeling the benefits of meditation, all of the energy that is being cleansed, all of the energy that you're receiving that every time you do something good for yourself energetically, which, I mean, laughing, smiling, reading, meditating, you're raising your vibration. So when you're raising your vibration, you're receiving that really good quality energy, because like fear is like way down here and love is way up here. So you want to be living in love. You want to be living in that energy, and just all this awesomeness is going to always be attracted to you.
Right. And I think a lot of people have taken this time to try to meditate.
Mm-hmm.
What is there a better time to meditate, morning versus night?
When I went to Thailand, sorry, go ahead.
Yes. I know how long, like for people who haven't meditated before, I know a lot of people who say, I can't meditate, I can't sit still like that. What would your advice be?
So when I was in Thailand, I meditated with the monks. So I did a meditation retreat with them and learned so much from them. But the one most important thing that they said is you can meditate any time of the day. So for me, I meditate first thing in the morning, and then I meditate, like after we're done here, I'm going to meditate. And it could be like a 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute meditation that I do. And then I move on to my next, because I'm clearing my energy and I'm re-energizing myself. I get really re-energized when I meditate. And so you can do any type of meditation. So I think when people think about meditation, oh my goodness, I can't meditate, they're thinking that they have to sit still and not think about anything. And if thoughts come to their head, then they failed. That's not it. Start with a guided meditation. Go onto YouTube, get an app, write and create your own meditations. Like, you can listen. So when you listen to a meditation, at the beginning, you're probably going to think, oh, well, like, I can't get into it. I'm not getting it. I'm not doing it right. Just sit there and listen. And then at the end of the meditation, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I just sat through that. Maybe not through the first couple of minutes, but then your mind will take over and it'll be like, oh, I like this. And that's it. So you have to practice. So meditation is a practice. So you're not going to feel that euphoria the first time that you meditate. What I do suggest to people that do want to sit there and try and really clear their thoughts is to take a book or some paper or a journal or whatever you want and write down. So even if you're just scheduling those 15 to 30 minutes, I would minimum 15 minutes per day. I meditate multiple times per day. But taking that book, taking that scheduled time, and even if you just start meditating and then there's just so much in your mind, write it down, or think about that one thought and then deal with it. Just kind of work it out. And so it's meditation is bringing you peace. Meditation is working things out and clearing your energy field. So there's so many different types of meditation. There is the silent meditation, there's the guided meditation. In Thailand, I learned concentration meditation, I learned walking meditation. There's so many different types of meditation. Having like a sound bowl and playing that and just sitting there for as long as you can, or drumming, so listening to that vibration meditation. Just listening to music while you're maybe doing housework, or maybe if you're working at your desk, just having that high frequency, maybe something with binaural beats, and having that, or have headphones in and just let that play. But 15 to 30 minutes doing some type of meditation. I think that if you feel that you're struggling with it, then just start with a guided meditation, but there is no wrong way to meditate. So whatever you're doing, just keep doing it, and you will develop that practice over time. When I used to think meditation was a joke years ago, and now I can't even imagine my life without meditation. But when I first started, I was saying that stuff like, I can't do this, is too hard. How am I supposed to meditate when all of these things keep flooding my head? And now, like, you know, there's so much going on, there's so much energy, there's so many different aspects to all sorts of things that are happening now. So it just takes time. So there is no rush, and you're not doing anything wrong. So just develop your practice.
Yeah, and 15 minutes, you're saying you should start with 15
minimum
minutes.
15 minutes, and just use your phone, use your timer or your alarm or whatever you have, and just set it for that 15 minutes. I have a door, I mean, even in the bathroom, if you need to lock it for 15 minutes, just do it.
Yes, and I, as a mom, you know that's is the case a lot of times.
Yeah.
So, I think that, and then do it every day, right? Just start doing it and then doing it every day.
Yeah.
So that you're like doing it on a regular basis, because that will develop the habit as well.
Yes. Do it every day. I guess at the same time to develop that habit, but as you get more in tune with yourself and you're used to meditation, like I can just fall into a meditation. And I love it. It's part of me now.
Right. Yeah. And again, that is something that raises your vibration.
Oh, yes, very much so. It raises your vibration. It is so good because you're receiving so much. You're connecting to your higher power, your source energy, God, whatever you believe in. You're connecting to that energy, and that energy wants to support you. It wants to help you be the best version of yourself while we're here on earth.
Right.
All our higher power, all the universe wants us to do is just be the best version of ourselves and to live a joyful and harmonious life. So when you meditate, it's all goodness. It's all amazing, incredible energy.
And we have lost sight of that, being the best version of ourselves in some respects. Some people definitely have with what society would tell us we're supposed to be doing, and the life we're supposed to be living, and the path you're supposed to follow, from a young child, what you're supposed to do. And
absolutely. There's something that I've been talking about recently because I've seen so much of it, is self-worth. So there's a lot of people that do not have self-worth. I was one of those people, and I don't know when it happened. Actually, I was talking about this the other day with someone. I don't know when it happened, but I did the mirror work. And I was very reluctant to do the mirror work. And this was like years ago that I started this, but doing the mirror work, looking at yourself in the mirror, eyeball to eyeball, and telling yourself that you love yourself. It's very, very, it can be very, very difficult. There's a lot of emotions that go with that. And looking at yourself, clothed, unclothed, and really admiring and loving everything that you see, and that's something to work on every day as well. Even when you're getting for work in the morning or getting ready for your day in the morning, that is something that is so powerful. And I don't even know when I really started. It's a process, but I don't know when it started for me, where I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my gosh, I love myself, and just that confidence that brings. But for feeling that self-worth, like personally, professionally, like in every aspect of your life, that self-worth is so important.
Yes, it is. As is self-care as well, which is something that a lot of us may have put aside, especially I find, especially for women and moms, that you know, putting aside yourself or putting yourself last is quite common. And this, again, this time has given us, you know, it's very important to practice self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Because you cannot, as the saying goes, you cannot pour from an empty cup, right? You need to fill yourself before you can help others.
Or even that other saying, like, put that mask on first. Because
yes.
if you don't have the mask on, then you can't help anyone else. So you have to help yourself first. It's so true. And there's so many things that we can do to do self-care, and even doing self-care with our family, like including our self-care. So if you have young children, laughing, playing games. If you have young toddlers, right. I used to run a daycare years ago, and that was like some of the best moments of my life, like full-on belly laughs. Like, that is just great. Being around children it's fantastic, and just all of the experiences and watching them grow up, like it's so beautiful. But playing music, singing, dancing, there's so many things that you can do for self-care that we do every day. We don't actually realize it. And if you dance, if you sing, even if you are commuting to work, sing in the car. I do it all the time. But it's really gratifying. It really raises your vibration, and having that musical vibration come into your body, and the music that feels good.
Yeah, right. Definitely. So in terms of you and your business itself, yeah. You were previously doing in-person workshops, and how have you transitioned over this period of time?
So how I've transitioned, it's actually with everything going virtually, it's actually what I was manifesting in my life. I wanted to have a virtual business where I could serve people and help people all over the world. In the summer months, when we were able to travel, so for the last 2 years, I've gone to Thailand, and I have meditated, and I have visited temples, and just in really immersing myself in the culture. And I saw there that I would love to live here, and I would love to travel all over the world. And that's where I came up with, I want my business to be virtual. So I started manifesting that, and then with COVID, it happened. So how I pivoted was really, it almost happened instantly, where, you know, I'm a psychic medium and an energy practitioner. So people were calling me, and people were like, oh my gosh, what's happening? So I would see a lot of clients virtually over Messenger, over Zoom. And I am going to be, the summer was basically like clients. And now for September, I'm doing my first Chakra Talk workshop. So I used to do Chakra Talk, Reset Yourself Vision Board workshop, Soul Adventure Game Circle. I would do those in person, and now I'm changing that over to virtual. So Chakra Talk's going to be a lot of fun. It's already like very, very interactive because I get the people to really interact with your chakras, what they are, what they mean to you, how they resonate with you, and how you can clear your chakras to really have a very flowing, balanced energy center that's only going to support you and like catapult you in the direction that you want to go in.
Right. So what is this Chakra Talk is a 1 day workshop, or how long?
It is. It's a 2-hour workshop. So I find with online virtually 2 hours is usually like a comfortable time. So right. I can do that. I'm really good at managing my time. So with the 2 hours, yeah, it'll be 2 hours. I think it's 11:30, 12:31, 2 to 2:30. I think that is 2 hours, if I'm right, or 1:30.
1:30.
Yeah, so it will be 2 hours, and I will repeat this, like it'll be like every month, but for September it's going to be the 19th from 11:30 to 1:30. And yeah, there's going to be some trivia. So I'm going to be giving away some stuff, and yeah, it's going to be really interesting. So, you know, you have to listen and pay attention to what, because we're learning, and I really want people to take that in to give that incentive to, you know, really be there, be present in the workshop, and really learn about how your energy can serve you and how you can serve your energy.
Right, which is very important, especially now. Yeah. So in terms of being the director of Hub, you became it was during COVID?
Yes. So I
became
director in April. And yes, that was in COVID. So it was interesting because, again, I manifested virtual workshops or virtual being online. So I never had the chance to meet any of my members in person.
Right.
But I have had conversations with them, and I do the lunch and learns, the business accelerators, at the end of every month, which is the last Monday, from 12 until 2. So this month, I have Pooja Misri, I hope I'm saying her name right. She's going to be talking about branding your business, which going into September, and it's all kind of going back to work and getting back into it, like your brand, learning about that's like priceless. That's like gold.
Right.
So, yeah.
And it's so important right now. Like as this has shown us, when everybody had to come online, the traffic online, and you know, there's overwhelm because there's just so many people and so much information online coming at everybody. So branding is something that is so key, so that you can really connect with those people that are your ideal clients to serve.
Absolutely. And also with Hub, for Derm, I have created Hub Chat. So Hub Chat is networking, and that is also 2 hours. It's from 12 until 2, and it's bi-weekly Thursdays. So the 10th and the 24th of September, the 10th for Hub Chat, I have Lori Appleby. She's going to be the featured speaker. And it's a minimum donation of $5, or whatever, like minimum donation $5. But this is going to be going to the Distress Center of Durham. So 100% of everything is going to the community. So we're networking ourselves. We're building these connections. I do it in a way where the speaker has an amount of like 30 minutes that they can choose to use or not use to really showcase themselves. And then every other member has about 10 minutes. So I've limited it to 10 people to kind of keep it intimate, but to really like learn about each other. And in the past hub chats, they've been, it's amazing because we talk about our businesses, and there's some women that I've known for years, and I'm like, you actually have that service? I didn't know that. And so really, really like digging deep. It's a deep dive into people's businesses. We ask questions. I mean, I've made so many connections and used a lot of services that I've learned from hub chat, because I mean, I love the networking other models, but this is something that I'm just trying, and it's going really, really well. But giving back to the community, especially during COVID, that's why I created hub chat.
Right.
Because Distress Center of Durham, and then on the 24th, it is Feed the Need Durham. So I've been in contact with both. They've given me some materials and stuff like that that I can use to support it. And yeah, I'm in touch with them all the time. So they're really happy that I'm doing this. I'm happy I'm doing it. I'm happy that we're giving back to the community. And it's not just for hub members, it's for anyone. Anyone can join. And just giving back to the community, but networking your business.
Right. Yeah. So that's great. And that shows you that there's so much that we can do online, and it's almost like it took COVID and shutting down everything for people to take advantage of technology and innovate and think of new ways to do, as you say, for the networking groups, all the networking groups that have come online. I've seen a lot of innovation and different models that they've been using. And people who run conferences as well, who are doing the virtual conferences, and again had to adapt very quickly to a virtual model where they may not have had any experience around that to start with. So,
and I commend people for that. I commend people for the adjustments, and something that we were just thrown into, and we're like, okay, so we have to do this. Well, guess what? Like, look at, like, everyone should be patting themselves on the back, like really like congratulating themselves and really acknowledging what they've achieved from the beginning of COVID, and then seeing where they are now, and just kind of reflecting like, wow, look at everything that I accomplished. Wow, maybe I can really level myself up and do even more. So there's just so much growth. And yes, when you said it took COVID to do this, there are so many things that we can change in our communities, in our world. Things don't have to be so cut and dry. We can be so creative with how we do our business, with how we communicate with each other, and how we treat each other.
Yeah, right, exactly. So if you just think about the fact that everything was shut down, and the chance we have now to create something new in the healthcare system, school system, the whole corporate model, small businesses and entrepreneurs, everybody's adapted very quickly. And if you think about that and you reflect back to how people felt when we were first shut down, I think a lot of us would definitely say that back then when we were shut down, we thought like the future was so grim.
Yes.
And now we can see that what we have accomplished and what can be accomplished, it's really unlimited.
I was just going to say, we are, we are limitless.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And we have to remember that.
Yes, we do.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time, Robin.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. This was wonderful. I loved it.
Yeah, it was great to talk to you. And again, we need to really be proud of ourselves and everything that we have accomplished. And like you say, there's so much as human beings that we can do that I think we've always been conditioned to do things certain ways, and that we could only do so much. And now we can see that the possibilities are limitless, like you say.
Yes, yes, absolutely. That's so wonderful. Thank you so much, and thank you for letting me talk about me and my business. So
yes,
yeah, it was
and
really
I will put your information underneath this interview for your own business as well as Hub, so that if anybody's interested in joining the Hub chats or looking at the next business accelerator as well. Again, I'm just so grateful for this technology that we do have, that we are able to connect with everybody and hold these virtual events and everything like that.
Absolutely. No, it's really important to get the word out there that we are capable of so much more, and just by really concentrating on ourselves individually and doing really good things for ourselves, raising our vibrations, sending out unconditional love to the world. We're raising our vibration, we're raising other people's vibrations, we're raising the vibration of the world, and all that's going to happen is this really good energy. So just keep all your thoughts positive, and just keep on going and doing what you're doing. And even when it doesn't seem like things are working, just keep doing it, because everything unfolds, and you'll see why.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much. And I look forward to talking to you again in the future, and perhaps meeting you in person as well.
I know, absolutely. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Bye, everybody.